Welcome back, Coach. I hope you're enjoying the course so far. My name is Sheila Quinn. I am the Coaching Children Lead for Sport Ireland and one of the co-founders of iCoach Kids. In the previous video, we showed how sport and physical activity can benefit children and young people. This is even more important given the current pandemic of inactivity and sedentary behaviour among those young people. We also know that organised sport is one of the ways in which the majority of young people engage in sport. So let's define it. Organised sport is typically led by adults as part of a school or community club or programme, and normally organised into a set training and competition schedule. Now, although lots of children play organised sport, the rate of dropout when they get older is worrying. Recent research conducted by iCoach Kids across 27 European countries and 18 different sports found that participation rates increased between the ages of 8 and 12 for the majority of sports. Unfortunately, this was followed by a substantial reduction from 12 to 16 and in most sports from 12 to 18. This is in line with research from the Aspen Institute in the US that shows us on average children engage in organised sport for 3 years before they drop out. Our study also showed that dropout from organised sport is both gender and sport specific. Listen to this. Across the whole sample of 5 million children, females were 4 times less likely to do sport than males. That's alarming. Anyway, the overall rate of dropout is highest between the ages of 12 and 16, 22% for males and 18% for females. So at least in our sample, girls drop out less than boys. Okay, so what about specific sports? For males, sports like swimming, martial arts and cycling showed the highest dropout rates at 67, 76 and 92% respectively. For females, martial arts, dance sports and swimming had the highest rate of dropout with 55, 57 and 71 respectively. Interestingly, there were some sports that had very low dropout rate like boxing, water sport, soccer for males and for females volleyball, athletics and badminton. And perhaps even more interesting, there were a couple of sports like skiing and boxing which actually saw an increase in female participation post 16 years of age. That's why coaches need to understand why adolescents, especially girls, may drop out of sport at this age, and to develop strategies that will keep them engaged. Now, this first study only looked at participation and dropout trends. You can check out the full report in the additional materials section. But if we want a chance to stop this negative trend, we need to understand the reasons why they stop taking part. This is the only way for us coaches to see how we can contribute to engaging and keeping young people involved for sport as long as possible. We will cover this in Chapter 2. Now it's time to turn our attention to self-organised sport as another way of engaging children and young people in physical activity. Thank you so much and please keep watching.